Okay, highlights from Friday in our chat room at greatstockpicks.com. This is the second day the market has made me look a little bit dumb. I've got teenagers, I don't need the market's help, right? But first off, DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods, selling off, nice volume here. And then on this bounce, I was looking to fade this bounce, thinking it's going to roll over. This lower blue line here is where I called a short entry, and this upper blue line is the stop. You can see what happened. Triggered short. 10 minutes later, out 20-cent loss. All right, another one, APOL. Super weak early. Called it after this red candle formed here, thinking we're going to go back through lows of the day. Short idea, 20-cent stop again, approximately. And this one started to work, didn't get through the lows of the day, and then based forever. And then finally, if anyone held it that long, 2 or 3 hours later, finally stopped out. So there was two failures there. Want to show the SPY, not making excuses, just pointing out how confounding or how obnoxious this was. The SPY gaps down. I think most of us are expecting the SPY to roll over one of these days. There's not just the macro news out of Europe and everything else, but SPY is pretty close to a breakdown on the daily chart, which I'll show you in a second. But the gap down on Friday, I think probably, and I haven't seen a bunch of messages or tweets, whatever. I haven't looked at them, so I don't know if I was the only one that totally misread things or if it confounded other people as well. But in my opinion here, this gap down, wasn't surprised. Whenever the market gaps down, you don't ever want to just dive in short. I wasn't surprised to see this rally. However, once we got near the gap fill, the falling 5/8, the topping tail on this red candle here, at this point, and this is what it looked like at the time, I'm expecting, okay, now we're probably going to roll over. Okay, forget about the red candle with the topping tail, continues higher still. And now you think, okay, maybe that's taking out stops. Now we roll over, and it, for another hour straight, just kept going up. So that I don't know what else to say other than that. That's what got me. I was looking short on those couple stocks, and I did not expect the SPY to keep climbing like that. It ended up closing weak, but not before. Had a couple stop outs there. Some of the long ideas. One of our members, Gleason, posted MWW. Now MWW just ripped and then halted and gapped up and halted again, so I didn't want to touch it. But then when it came down like this and gave this beautiful pullback, nice narrow 5-minute candle, Gleason alerted the room. I looked at it and turned on the projector and showed it to everyone who wanted it, because a nice narrow candle here, and Gleason suggested playing this over this candle at 9:05, stop below this candle, and that gave you a quick move of almost 50 cents on a $9 stock over 15 minutes. That is not bad. Great alert by Gleason. Sienna, I did project Sienna as a possible long after this crazy move on this pullback here in this area, but I didn't make a call on it because it just felt extended to me, and you can see how wrong I was. This thing just kept going. As a matter of fact, I called a short on Sienna right here, right about there. 20-cent stop, and somewhere up here stopped out. So and then it rolled over a little bit. So there's another idea that didn't work. This is indicative of Thursday and Friday, the past couple days I've had. So now I've got all weekend, to try to get my head together and get it back together on Monday. What else do we have here? Herbalife, another example. So beaten up, okay? So beaten up that my thinking was, okay, HLF gaps down, sells off, and then rallies. It looks like it's going to roll over, but it doesn't. It comes right back up and bases below the early high. So my call was over this base, 46.36. I said there's a good chance you get through this base. You probably get to 46.41, right? And start lighting up the new highs ticker, and then you get that group mentality. People see Herbalife, HLF, scrolling by on the new highs ticker, and any trader knows how beaten up this is, and you get that, well, this is the theory, you get that rush of people jumping in because they say, okay, Herbalife's finally bottomed. Maybe they even had good news today. Might get a short squeeze. Here's what happens. Triggers, gets through the high of the day, and just can never get going. Comes down and stops out. So there's another failure. I hate these videos when I'm having to highlight failures, but that's kind of a couple days it was. and the blue lines here. I did call leap long right here, somewhere around 574, I think, with a stop about a dime below. And it went down here first and then came up. So there was the entry. It didn't come down to our stop. We were never underwater in leap. There was the entry. And, not a bad percentage gain from 574, actually pretty quickly to 605, but certainly nothing worthy of bragging about in a highlight video. So anyway, I think that might be it for the day. Looking at my notes real quick. Yeah, it looks like that's it. So rough couple days for me. These videos were designed to make me look brilliant, and last couple days it's having the opposite effects. All I can do is wear the hat, take the beating, and then look for a turnaround in my thinking or my calls on Monday. So have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.